Hi, Gary.
Nice to see you again. Have you had a nice little break? You managed to get some time off?
Yeah, some time off, some work done to review what we've done in the first part of the season. And then obviously watching all the internationals play, and most of them have a very successful time with the national teams.
Well, I'm hoping that everyone came back fit and able to take part.
Yeah, it's very different to last season, so I'm very pleased with that. They had a lot of minutes, some very important impact as well in their games, and everybody's good.
And in terms of the injuries we knew about before the international break, I noticed that Bukayo wasn't, certainly the filming part of training, he wasn't out there yesterday.
Yeah. No, Bukayo's out, still out, and he's trying to get back as quick as possible, but we need to respect that process. Willie trained today, and the rest as usual, and Ben White as well.
Ben White as well?
Yeah.
Because he was out there yesterday?
Yeah, Ben is okay.
In terms of Bukayo, is it out then, or is out?
He's out.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So, big games coming up, obviously, in the Champions League, and then next weekend, Manchester City. Are you targeting either of those for him?
Let's see. He's evolving really well. It's with very specific work at the moment, and the moment that we increase that load, let's see how he reacts.
So he's not being ruled out for the next game and the game after that?
Not yet.
And with William Saliba?
We did train today, so we will have a decision to make whether we play him or not.
Well, that's good news.
Very good news, yeah.
One player that you couldn't talk about before the international break because you haven't yet got him through the door.
Yeah.
But you have now. Hincapie. Said that right?
Good spelling, yeah.
Tell us about him and why you wanted him.
Well, it's a player that we monitored for years, and he became available. Obviously, we had the departure of Jakub as well, and we needed another player in that position that could upgrade as well what we had, playing different positions, playing different formation. A player that obviously has a lot of experience already at his age. So very, very happy to have him.
And ready to go if selected?
Yeah, he's ready to go. Obviously, he's trained only 2 days with us. He had a long trouble with the national team. Very successful game at the end against Argentina. But overall, he's available, yeah. Ange
is returning to the Emirates. 4 times he's tried to beat the Mikel Arteta team and failed every time. Lost the last 3. Do you expect any different from him this time with this new Forest?
Well, I think with Ange, you know, his biggest strength, in my opinion, is the way he's been. He has put his fingerprints in that team, and he has a very clear way of playing, very clear DNA, extremely good to watch, learn a lot from him, and it will be a very difficult game.
He says to saying it's who we are, mate, but clearly he was adapting that Tottenham side towards the end of the season, playing different kind of football to go on and eventually win that trophy. Do you expect he will adapt now with this new set of players compared to the style we expect from him?
I don't know, and I cannot control that. So obviously he's made the decision to go to Forest now because for sure he believes that with the players that he has, he can do what he wants to do and be successful again. But obviously we had very different expectations if he would have been the manager, because he was already for a long time and very clear what he wanted to do with Ange there. And the time that he had, there would be things that they were different for sure.
What promise does it give you as a head coach, the fact that you may be preparing for a different manager and then that change comes?
Well, that you have to focus much more on yourself and improving and taking the game where you want to. Because at the end now, even if you know the manager, the scenario can change after 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 60 minutes. I mean, the flexibility, understanding and preparation that goes through now in the Premier League. So what you expect for 5 minutes is not going to be the same picture for 95 minutes. So that's what we prepare for every single day.
And have you back as well?
Yeah.
Common consensus is that you've just had the best summer transfer window ever in terms of getting your targets and mainly getting them in quickly without any trouble. With the backing of the ownership, obviously, and the new recruitment team. Are you almost better now since he's left?
I was very happy with Edu. I think Edu did a tremendous job at this club, especially where the club was at the time when he joined, and he was a big part of that transformation of the football club. And then he decided to leave, and Andrea has come in very different circumstances to the club and done an incredible job as well. So good. It's not necessary to compare when you have 2 people at that level that are both so good.
Thank you. Let's go. Alex from Premier League.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
You said you've been reviewing the first part of the season during the international break. How satisfied are you with where the squad is at this stage?
Well, I wanted 9 points instead of 6. I think Arne explained the game really well after the game when he said we played 10 times, probably 8 times will be a draw, 1 will be for Arsenal, the 1 was for Liverpool, and a magic moment decided that game. So we won more. We want to win more of those games, and and reviewing what we've done and as well the circumstances that we had, not only in the way that we play, but in other areas there are still room to improve for sure. And that's very good because the team is already at a really high level.
Was it a bad time for the break to come? Did you want to play straight away?
Yeah, 100%. You know, after a defeat, you want to have a game in the next 3 days, get it out of the system. But it's what it is. But at the same time, I look at the players on international duties and how they've grown. I mean, the roles that they have in the teams, the impact that they're having in every single match. And I feel pride because, yeah, they can lose a game and they can go to the national team, they can click again, perform, and most of them win and be very important on those wins.
But a really positive result at the Emirates before that. How important to make the Emirates a fortress
Yeah,
this season?
that's what we want, and we had a really good game against Leeds. It's going to be a very different game against Forest for sure, but 12:30 kickoff in front of our people after 10 days. Really looking forward to it.
Just a word on Mikel Marino, because he scored 4 goals during the break, including his first ever hat-trick. Has he asked you to play up front tomorrow?
No, but he did it from the midfield, you know. But Mikel has this ability. Yeah, he has some comments, and after Liverpool saying that we play with 3 midfielders, defensive midfielders, I think it was the narrative, no? When Mikel has scored a hat-trick playing as an attacking midfielder, I don't know when is the last attacking midfielder scored 3 goals. So very interesting to learn and what perception is, especially when you lose a football match, but how important it is to analyze and understand your players' quality in order to make decisions that are based on what you understand daily, which is very clear as well.
Ian, talk to what?
Hi Mikel, how are you?
Very good.
Good. Good to have Ange back in football. Good to have big characters.
Very good, I think. I think as a character, as a person, what he transmits, what he brings to football is a joy to watch the team. I always enjoyed it and learned from it. So, yeah, very welcome to having him back.
You mentioned about you know how his team plays because of the DNA, and yet football, as we saw with England this week, you know, people are starting to play the ball longer, long throws, which you've done for over a season. You've scored a lot of goals from set pieces and mixed things up. Do you think now just having one style of play, one bit of DNA, is enough in the Premier League?
But I don't know what you're talking about DNA. What does that mean? Does that mean when they have the ball, when the ball is very close to their goalkeeper, when they are in high press, when they are in D, when they have a throw-in? What DNA? So it depends. So yeah, people will alter their way of playing, their way of thinking. They will tweak things in relation to that. Try to maintain certain ways and certain approach to the game that they want to play. That's it.
So tell me about your DNA. Your Arsenal team DNA.
We can go to a blood test and then you can see my DNA.
Fair enough. Goalkeeper, David Raya makes his 100th appearance in all comps for you against Nottingham Forest. 41 clean sheets, nearly 50%. That's pretty good.
Pretty good. It's the best in the history of the football club.
Okay, I'll rephrase the question.
Yeah.
It's very good.
It's unbelievable. And I was hammered when I brought him, yeah? So that's perspective as well. Very good to understand the game, and especially when a few months or years go by. It's really good to look back as well and reflect on that.
You're right, people did wonder why you brought him in.
No, but it's not we did. And obviously with the help of everybody, I think he has a tremendous impact in the team. So congratulations, because what he's done in that period he's been exceptional.
And finally, I also thought that about Madueke in the summer, Nottingham Madueke, who, by the way, has just been a star for England. I know you're watching Spain, but England won 2 games as well. And he's been a star for England. Does that give you a bit of a headache when Bukayo Saka comes back? Because
I hope so, yeah. That when they come, that he's in his best condition and only the same, but that's what we want. And I'm very happy to have him. I think looking back at what he's done with the national team as well, I spoke to Thomas as well, very pleased with that. So he's really good. He's in a really, really good moment at the moment.
good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Alex, BBC.
Hi, Mikel. Can I just ask about Kai Havertz? How is he getting? Is there a time frame and when he's going to be coming back to fitness?
Yeah, he's looking really good. I mean, he's walking freely. He's starting to load Danny and start to do some bits. Obviously, as said before, I think it would take him from weeks to months. But knowing Kai, I cannot give you any time scale because I know what he's going to try to do. Same with Gabi Jesus. So I think he's in a good moment. It was a very tough decision for him to go and have that procedure done. But I think it was necessary and it was the right decision from the medical team to persuade him to do that.
And now the window's shut, Piero Hincapie is in with the players back from international duty. The first time you've probably had the squad here. How do you feel about that? How's the competition levels?
Well, happy because at the end, through the summer, through pre-season, there is a lot of unknowns and players that don't really understand their role, their future, and at the end we have managed to accomplish what we wanted. take the opportunity as well to say thank you to some of the players that left us after a few years and a great contribution to the club and the team. Wish them all the very best. And now we have clarity. This is the squad that we have here at least till January, and very pleased with it.
And now the window is shut. I suppose the work moves to keeping the players here that you have. So how are the discussions going around the future of the contracts of Bukayo, Saka and William Saliba?
That never stops, but I think the collaboration between the club, what Andrea is doing, and the agent is very, very, very good. I think the good thing is that the players want to remain here and they want to be a big part of the history of this club in the next few years, and that's always positive. And then Andrea will drive that and see where we go.
Come to Art from the Athletic.
Hi.
Can I just double check on Saliba? Did you say he trained?
Yeah, he trained today, yeah.
Was that his first session back, or has he been?
He trained today, yes.
Okay. And also, I noticed during the break you did the talk with Steve Kerr. And in that he said something quite interesting about, I guess, groups needing kind of a joker.
About Dennis Rodman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just wondering, in a football sense rather than personality, is there room for a joker in a Mikel Arteta team?
Well, I don't know if there is a room for a joker in this society, in this industry, in football right now. I don't know if that will be respected and viewed as something positive to that. I think the credit as well went to Phil Jackson, how he managed that personality. You can name it as you want it. But when he had to compete, he helped them to win major trophies, and he was instrumental on that. And he managed to deal with his character in a really smart way to get the best out of him. And that's at the end. You can call it as you want. We have 19 different nationalities, 26 different players. We have to live with them, and we need to get the best out of them. That's it.
In that, I was also kind of referring to him saying, I guess, someone who does things a bit differently. And do you see, I guess, space for someone like that on the football pitch, not just about their kind of personality and how they are, you know?
About the players, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, especially when he's effective, and then as to what he had to do and the role he had in the team, he was the best in the league. So you have somebody that does something different to help you to win football matches, more than welcome. Yeah.
James, yes.
I'd just like to go back to what you said there about the perception off the back of the Liverpool game. Your team had more shots in that game, about 7 were expected goals. Why do you think the perception is that your team is negative? Because that generally seems to be the conversation around you since that game.
Well, I don't know, because I don't read that, but obviously after reviewing the match and analysing it is very different perspective or opinion than the one that I have in relation to that. But you have to respect every opinion. At the end, the opinion is going to be different if you win or lose. That's it. You have to accept that.
And just a follow-up, you've probably now at the end of the window got 2 top players in every position. It's the manager's dream really, but how are you going to keep them all happy?
Well, the same that the other top teams, nothing different. So that's what we have to do.
Okay, last couple in the As Live, James from ESPN.
Hi, Mikel. You mentioned earlier that the players coming back fit is different to what happened last season.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think with the squad you've got now, you're in a better position to negotiate this period of stop-start with the international breaks?
Negotiate in what sense?
As in player availability and being able to get everyone through this next sort of...
Yes, for sure. I think that's what we've done it, because last year we were much short, especially in certain positions, and now I think we are. We have better depth, better quality, better options as well, because some players can play in 2 or 3 different positions, which is great to have, and it's going to give us very different options.
And just on Ange, obviously he's got this very distinctive style of play, which is very different to how Forest used to play. So is it quite hard to kind of anticipate what you're going to face tomorrow, because it's the first time we've seen an Ange Postecoglou not Forest team?
Before the game, yes, but the moment the game starts, after 5 minutes, we'll see very clear behaviours, what they want to do, and that's what we have prepared.
Just finally, just a wider one in terms of the title race. Liverpool obviously signed Lee Saka right at the end of the window. How do you think that changes the title race overall?
Well, they are the strongest for sure. They have recruited probably the 2 most decisive players that they were in Europe in the market, and they've done really well to recruit that. They were really very strong. But I think we need to look at ourselves and what we have to do in terms of our abilities to be better than them. That's it.
Tom from London.
Mikel,
Hi.
to ask about a coaching question quickly. Players and players in general have changed and evolved, and so has the system over the 5 years that you've been manager. There's a discussion kind of at the moment, I think, around some of the players who had some real peaks a couple of seasons ago, and perhaps their output has slightly dipped in the last couple of seasons. As a manager, how do you tackle when that happens, where a player's gone for a big rise and then maybe their output has slightly gone down recently?
Well, that normally happens as well, especially with attacking players in relation to what they have provided. But that's a very volatile thing, and you have to recognize that. First of all, look at yourself. So if you are doing something that is not helping enough their qualities or to get them in position that they can express better or have a better chance to exploit their qualities there, and then communicate with them as well. And it's something quite normal in football, and especially for the attacking player that have to create those moments.
Is there ever a fear about overcoaching a player from a manager's perspective?
It can be, yeah, or coaching it badly. It's like communication on the pitch. You can say, no, I want you guys to coach. Yeah, coach, but coach well. Because coaching badly is a terrible thing to do. It's better not to coach and be on mute than coach badly. So, yeah, that's always a line that it's very important.
Phil Pierre?
Hi, Mikel. I was just one on Madueke. You spoke about him a bit earlier, but obviously when it was emerged that he was going to join Arsenal, there was a bit of backlash amongst the fans and all that sort of stuff. I just wanted to get your opinion on how impressive he's been in the sense that he's been able to block that out and to score for England.
Yeah.
Starting for Arsenal. How impressive mentally is that?
Well, I can talk about what I've seen and what I have experienced, and I think the welcoming that our supporters gave to Noni from day one, it was incredible. So I don't know, other ways that people communicated the disagreement with that, but our supporters, they've been exceptional, and rightly so, because he's an unbelievable player.
Just a quick follow-up on the title race question. How difficult would it be to stop Liverpool this year?
You know, about Liverpool, it's about the league in general, how difficult it's going to be with the level that it is to be so consistent and winning the amount of matches that you need to earn the right to win the Premier League. And that's going to be a really long run from all of us.
Quick one from Charleston Gold.
Just on Gabriel Jesus, he was left out of the Champions League squad for the league phase, which I think surprised a few people. We've seen videos of him, out on the pitch, training with the ball, that sort of stuff. What was the thought process in that leaving him out, and how far away are we from Gabriel Jesus' return?
Well, he had a major surgery that he was going to take in many, many months. So after discussing that with the medical staff and understanding the schedule that we had, and when we thought that he could be available, that it will be between December and January, we decided to make that call, like we've done it in the past with other players. Hopefully we get it wrong and he comes back earlier, but at the moment the provision was very clear.
So December time is when you're looking at it?
To start training with the team, it was around that time, the schedule that we had.